like at that stage in bangs where they're either gonna hang out in my face or, or we do the awkward part. I'm taking my shoes off because you can't see my feet and you don't have to know that I'm wearing mismatching socks. Oh no, I washed my socks today. Okay. What's up, you guys? Today I'm here with a talking video, which might be boring for you guys, but also might be kind of refreshing. Not like you hear enough of my voice already. So today I'm here to help you guys figure out your personal style. I'm gonna share some tips and tricks with you that I've learned in this long process that is finding my own personal style, as well as kind of giving you an idea of what I do and what I did to sort of figure out like who I am fashion-wise. And I think it'll be really helpful because back when I was trying to figure out what my style was, I was very overwhelmed and I didn't really know where to start. But yeah, so I am just gonna jump right into this because hopefully it's not too long of a video. I have, I think 5 different things that I wrote down while I was just hanging out yesterday when I was brainstorming like what I wanted this to be. I'm just gonna go through my list on things and ways that I think you can find your own personal style. So tip number 1, do not feel bad or feel stressed if you fit into multiple styles. I mean, there was a point where in high school when I wanted to be indie and I wanted to wear band tees and skinny jeans and combat boots or whatever I thought indie was at the time. But then I also had those days where I wanted to wear bootcut jeans and like a bohemian style top. It was hard for me to kind of figure out what I wanted because I felt like I had so many different styles that I liked that like there was no, like I had no personal style. I was like, I'm kind of jumping around all the time and I'm never like fitting into one specific style. You obviously are allowed to like as many different, you know, trends or things coming out of different styles as you wish. It's really important to know that liking all those different things from all those different types of styles is what makes your style you. I know it sounds so cheesy, but that is how you get unique style, and that is how that's how you inspire people, is by showing the way you can pair maybe 2 completely different styles together and get what you love. Tip number 2, take inspiration from literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. I'm like, it sounds so ridiculous. I'm serious. You need to take inspiration from the runway. Take inspiration from street style. Take inspiration from that 12-year-old boy that plays on the playground across the street from you. Like, take inspiration from homeless people if you want to be like Pia Mia. I don't know if I can insert that clip here, but she said that once and I was like, okay. And one of my number 1 tips for this part in this little section about taking inspiration from everywhere is literally do not be afraid to ask where someone's outfit is from, or do not be afraid to tell someone you love their sweater, because literally that is the best compliment I think anyone ever gives me when I'm out and about is if someone says like, oh my god, your jacket is amazing, like where'd you get it? I was in the thrift store and I was wearing my Topshop embroidered bomber jacket and this like 70-year-old woman was like, oh my god, your jacket's so cute, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that was so cool. And so don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask if you can take a picture of someone's shirt or pants or outfit in general. You know, I had to do that for my internship with College Fashionista, and I feel like it gets you over that like shyness barrier that you have. And if you see someone who's rocking their outfit, like first of all, tell them. Second of all, ask if you can take a photo of it for inspo, put it on your wall. Stare at it and be like, okay, I need to find a jacket that's as close to this as possible, because those are the points of inspiration where you really need to sort of just like branch out, and because you're gonna regret it in the end. Tip number 3, oh my god, use Pinterest. I mean, if you know me, every single morning I go through my Pinterest and figure out what I'm gonna wear, and I take inspiration from the, you know, 10 fashion boards that I have. I have one that's called Lazy Day that I have for if I'm running errands, or if I don't necessarily like have anything planned that day, like no filming, no anything, and I'm just kind of hanging out around the house. If I'm going to an event where I want to look kind of stylish, or I want to look, I don't know, put together and really cute, I will go through one of my 2 boards depending on what season it is. I have a fall and winter board, has lots of sweaters and coats and boots, and then I have my spring summer board, which you guessed it, yes, lots of shorts and dresses. It's such a good tool for me, especially because my mood changes all the time. I think having a space where you can just literally scroll until you see something that catches your eye and you're like, oh, that looks like something I want to wear today. use Pinterest as sort of a shopping guide. If you noticed you're pinning a lot of turtleneck sweaters or outfits with turtleneck sweaters, maybe you should go out and buy some turtleneck sweaters. Just saying. You wouldn't regret it. And also, if you're finding you're feeling really inspired by a lot of denim, then maybe you need to start investing into some denim pieces. I mean, it's so useful to sort of look for trends on your own Pinterest board to figure out what you're wearing, what you're loving, and that can also help you sort of figure out what your style is as well. Another tip for using Pinterest, and this is going to kind of tie into the next tip as well. Figure out what you think your style is in terms of like a term that you can describe it as. Maybe it's edgy, maybe it's effortless, maybe it's preppy, maybe it's casual, whatever you think it is, and go with that. Go on Pinterest, go on Google, go on Who What Wear, whatever you want to do, and type in that kind of style and just browse. And if you find yourself loving like 90% of those looks, then you know that's your style. You know that's who you are and how you want to dress. Tip number 4, simply to ask someone. A lot of the times we come across these questions in quizzes or, you know, how would you describe your personality? How would you describe your style? And you're always like, I would describe myself as fucking hilarious. But then when you ask your friend, she's like, oh, I would say you're really generous. And you're like, what? But I think when it comes to your style, is ask around, is ask someone who you know might have really good style, or, you know, ask your friends. Be like, how would you describe my style? And see what they say. And if they say, oh, you're very casual, and yet in your head you feel like you're always dressy, then you can kind of think about it and be like, because they're the ones that are seeing what you're wearing from the outside. And so they're gonna know, they're gonna get the same impression that most people are getting on the streets or, you know, wherever you're gonna be. Tip number 5, I think, don't be afraid to change your style. You're gonna go through phases in your life where you're gonna love a lot of leather, and then the next time in your life you're gonna be really into lace and you're gonna be really into girly dresses. And I think you have to kind of go through those cycles to figure out your own personal style. I mean, when I was in middle school, dark times, I wore tight pants and I sagged them, and I wore boxers, and I wore those big fat skate shoes and hoodies. Like, can we just, I went through all of these waves of different trends and styles to try and figure out which one stuck. And I put this in all of my descriptions of all my YouTube videos, but sell your clothes on Poshmark. I cannot describe how amazing Poshmark is and how much it's changed my life. It's a great way to recycle your clothes to make sure they don't just go in the trash, and if you don't want to just donate them because you put a lot of money into your closet like I do, it's a great way to make your money back, and then you can use that pool of money into your next trend, into your next style that you're going to be investing into. And if you guys are not using Poshmark yet, make sure to sign up with my code because you will get a free $5 credit. So that's it for my how to find your own personal style video. I hope you guys found this kind of informative, kind of inspirational. Maybe you're like, damn girl, shut the fuck up, in which case, cool, I'm with ya. I'm actually really hungry right now. I need to eat. So please make sure to subscribe. It's awesome. I love having you guys watching my videos. It's honestly really cool. I had someone on my Poshmark recently be like, yo girl, watch your videos, and I think that's so cool. So just make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Maybe next time we have this conversation, my bangs will, you know, not be like that.